the Son, and the Holy Spirit. How can we coin that?
How do we call this? The concept?
Metalokan.
Metalokan.
It is just one. That is what they say. Now, they will say, what now?
What is that you're going to say?
Okay, let me just, I'll just get through this one first.
Okay.
Just let people to know the real, what Good Friday is all about, or the Easter period, anyway. Yes. Now, Good Friday, also known as Holy Friday, Great and Holy Friday, or Friday of the Passion of the Lord, is a solemn Christian holy day commemorating the crucifixion of Jesus and his death at Calvary, that is Golgotha. It is observed during Holy Week as part of the Paschal Triduum. And well, members of many Christian denominations, including the Catholic, Eastern Orthodox, Lutheran, Anglican, Methodist, Oriental Orthodox, United Protestants, and some Reformed traditions, including certain Continental Reformed Presbyterian and Confessional churches, observe Good Friday with fasting and church services. And in many Catholic, Lutheran, Anglican, and Methodist churches, the service of the Great 3 hours agony is held from noon until 3 p.m. The hours the Bible records darkness covering the land until Jesus' death on the cross. In the Catholic, Lutheran, and Anglican traditions of Christianity, the Stations of the Cross are played in the evening of Good Friday, as with other Fridays of Lent. And communicants of the Moravian Church have a Good Friday tradition of cleaning gravestones in Moravian cemeteries. Just to brief
on the essence, and of course the lessons of Good Friday, because there's always been this debate on why should we call this Friday good when it was actually the day that Christ was crucified. And when we say that crucifixion, that death was a kind of very terrible death.
Yes.
It was ignominious, it was demeaning
and
of anything holy. For this, for us.
If you watched, like when we were young, there was this film that we used to watch.
Jesus of Nazareth?
Yes.
The Passion of the Christ.
No. Later was the Passion of the Christ. That one, yes, really depicted what Jesus Christ went through before the actual, crucifixion.
Well, it's Good Friday, and this Friday ushered in a new era for Nigeria, and also for us as individuals and as family.
Yes. To actually follow the path of Jesus Christ. That is it. Yes.
Well, we're to become imitators of God, as we have. That's what the Bible says in Colossians chapter 12. Become imitators of God.
Yes, let's go to stories now. Stories from the newspapers making the headlines. Talking about politics here now. 2027 battle. INEC under fire as ADC crisis worsens.
It's politics.
Yes, politics here now. Well, I can see.
I guess the Tribune also has that as the major headline here. It's ADC Films knocks INEC, asks Amokpiton to quit.
Well, I don't know what the ideology behind what the ADC has, that they are saying that Amokpiton should quit. How would he quit? He has been appointed as the Independent National Electoral Commission chairman, and yes, and the 2027 elections is major and big task ahead.
Yes.
So I don't know why. You can go through the story.
Of course,
I think there have been criticisms within the African Democratic Congress. I don't know why they are calling for his immediate removal.
Not even resignation, removal.
Removal. Yes.
Now look at this. About to proceed with party congresses, says agenda is to make Tinubu only option for electorate in 2027. Democracy at risk. Turake-led PDP wants. PRP, SDP, Wu Atiku, Obi, Kokonso, others. Now, look at this. You are architect of your misfortune. APC replies ADC. Calls for Amokiton's removal a distraction, assault on independence.
Now, we are now talking about politicians, leaders, governors, senators, House of Representative members moving to the APC or defecting. When these houses are not in order. You know, when President Tinubu was alleged of trying to make Nigeria a one-party state, and he replied, he said, put your houses in order. If you put your houses in order, there will be no problem. Yes, especially the main opposition, that is the People's Democratic Party. Put your house in order. If you put your house in order,
let's even look at that, Bimbo. Could that have been a political statement? If you ask them to put their houses in order, and then maybe steadily or secretly or surreptitiously, you're the one actually setting the machinations for their disarray.
Yes, that might be underneath. You know, put your house in order. It is on the periphery level that is speaking. Yes.
Because we need to be factory here, and we tell the truth always.
The ADC now.
Now, this is a new party, even though we said
it is not a new party. The ADC has been on ground for a long time, yes. But when the likes of Atiku Abubakar and all these contemporaries now stepped in, they wanted to take over the machinery of that party. That was why that wahala is happening now.
But why we say it's new now? They're just coming into limelight. Nobody recognizes.
There was ADC had been a registered party.
Of course, it has always been. Now the truth, you are together. Of course, we call them fellowship or straight bed fellows. And now you're together and still cannot put your house in order. What is it that is wrong with these politicians? Should we say that their ambitions are bigger than even the manifestos and the ideals of the party?
No, their self-interest. That is what is happening. That is my own belief.
It is
self-interest. Let me quickly go through the story here. The Independent National Electoral Commission has come under intense criticism following the recognition of the leadership of the African Democratic Congress on Wednesday. And opposition heavyweights and top leaders of the ADC on Thursday condemned the electoral umpire for the decision, accusing the commission of acting under the influence of the All Progressives Congress-led federal government. Yes, according to what you said. As a result, they called for the immediate removal of the chairman of INEC, Professor Joash Amokiton, SAN. However, in a swift reaction, the electoral umpire dismissed the calls for Amokiton's removal. And in a statement on Thursday night in Abuja and signed by the Chief Press Secretary to the INEC Chairman Adedayo Oketola, the Commission acknowledged the right of stakeholders to express their views, but stressed that its operations and leadership structure are constitutionally protected. Well, that is that was the action of INEC.
Really, of course, they always have something to say. But the big question is, are they really dancing to the tunes of the ruling party? Let's look at that.
Well, we are really not too sure. You know, they are independent. They have tagged them the Independent National Electoral Commission. That is what I'm saying.
Are they?
We are not too sure. Nobody can say. We are just, talking about our own opinions here now.
So, because of course we cannot just
the ADC. I'm not really firing them. They would have their facts on ground, yes, before talking.
Even if they are whims, of course, they must have gotten wind of something.
Yes.
But the truth is, it's too early.
Yes.
For such a party that we see as a viable opposition.
Yes.
To be having problems like this. And of course, what else do we have? We say security beefed up, court ruling. ADC demands sack of INEC chair, national commissioners, just like that, you read.
Yes.
And of course, we don't need to go through that again. We are not architect of your problem. And that was APC replying. And how true their response or the response is, of course, we'll still see as everything unfolds coming 2027. If truly they have a hand, or is the hand that rock the cradle?
Now, I think we still have some
political
stories around here. Let's talk about these properties now. Okay. Political government. Why 57 properties linked to Malami should be permanently forfeited to the federal government. That is according to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, here. And it says the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, told the Federal High Court in Abuja that the 57 properties allegedly linked to Abubakar Malami, SAN, former Minister of Justice, should be permanently forfeited to the federal government. The EFCC, in a motion on notice for final forfeiture of the property filed by its team of lawyers led by Jibrin Okutekpa, SAN, and Ekele Iheanacho, SAN, told Justice Joyce Abdul Malik that the respondents had failed to place sufficient evidence before the court to warrant the court to vacate the earlier interim order. The news agency of Nigeria NAN reported that the motion named the ex-AGF Abdulaziz Abubakar Malami, Ajia Bashir Asabi, Abiru Rahman Abubakar Malami as first to fourth respondents. And it goes on and on. And they also include Rayan University Limited, Rayan Hotels, Zina Hotels, many companies as 10 to 15 respondents, and it goes on and on. And they give 6 rounds why the application should be granted. And all these are just court, I would say court grammar.
Really?
But Malami is under
it's under fire now.
Fire now, yes. And
there's always been ever since this administration came on board.
Yes,
now, the truth is, 57 properties linked to Malami should be permanently forfeited to the federal government. Now, the big question is, what happens to justice?
What happens to justice?
Was it what they started with? It wasn't forfeiture of the property now. Why are we distracting ourselves?
Yes. And if those properties were permanently forfeited to the federal government, what happens to those properties? What happens to them? Those properties? We will not hear anything again. And we will not know what happened to those properties.
And apart from that, if Malami had been, of course, fingered, since the case is still in court, of course, we could say less of that, and guilty by the court of law for whatever corruption charges brought against him, then let it be. So moving now forward in the properties, that is taking it personally. That is not. The court should be able to decide that.
Yes.
It should be the court. It's within the jurisdiction of the court to decide, okay, you're going to forfeit this because you have done this while in office, because you were charged for aiding and abetting this and all this terrorism, financing and all this. Fine. So why EFCC now? Maybe not the link to Malami must be forfeited. What are we talking about? You should go and sit down. Don't distract us. If you are charging him to court, let the court do whatever it is you're supposed to do. Don't move again to the properties.
Yes.
So let the court
do its job. Now, human rights lawyer Femi Falana and the Are Ona Kakanfo of Yoruba Land, Gani Adams, on Thursday warned that Nigeria could end up having only one presidential candidate in the 2027 election if the judiciary continues to interfere in political party affairs. Well, I'm not too sure about that, whether the judiciary is interfering in political party affairs, because I know that it is the politicians that take cases to court. So I don't think it
well,
is
whatever prompted that reaction, we could not really say, but placing the cart before the horse.
Yes.
No. You are the one bringing watching your destiny in the public. You are the one taking yourself. Let me just taking one another. I want to use that word to court. So the court has never meddled in whatever party affairs you have. It's when you cannot hold your houses in order. That's when you're bringing the court in.
Yes.
And in fact, you should be ashamed of yourself bringing this up.
Yes.
Because if you're having internal crisis as a party, how are we sure you're going to rule the whole country?
Yes.
Because we are talking about a country where 36 states, for the FCT, and now if within your party structure you are not organized, you cannot have one voice, you don't have a definite principles or whatever manifestos you need.
The internal democracy is in disarray.
So why should we expect you to instill democracy for the larger country? Of course, a joke. Thank God somebody said, do we really have political parties? We have political platforms. And that is why we have the ambitions bigger, just like their self-interest, bigger than whatever interest they have for the country.
Yes.
So they should just keep quiet and let the court do whatever court are supposed to do. The judiciary do their work.
Yes. So let me just go through what.
And why must they always blame it on everyone? First, they blame it on the INEC. Now blame it on the judiciary. So let's see who's next, or what next are you going to blame your inefficiency on?
I don't believe that the judiciary is interfering in any political party affairs. I don't believe.
No,
it is them that is they are the one bringing their affairs into the judiciary. So now, well, they spoke at the 5th Comrade Yinka Udumakin Memorial Lecture held at the Airport Hotel Ikeja, Lagos, and the event had in attendance, well, the publisher, activist and publisher Oluyole, the controversial, journalist and lead and senior advocate of Nigeria, Olamide Fushika. It was hosted by the president of the Oluyinka Udumakin Foundation, Dr. Joe Udumakin, and was also attended by the executive director of the International Press Center, Mr. Lanre Alugundade, other activists, including Agba Jalingo and Richard Akinola. Well,
you see, I guess on that 5th of the Marking lecture, that's why Falana also blasted governors that they are obstacles to federalism.
Well, what I quarrel about is that of the Are Ona Kakanfo. Yes. Iba Gani Adams. He had not been talking all this while. Yesterday, or day before yesterday now, he was now talking about I think about insecurity, and so he had been on ground for a long time. We are not hearing his voice about what will be done to ensure that insecurity is, nipped in the bud. He was now talking yesterday. He is now talking now again. So I was like, the whole Are Ona Kakanfo
that is supposed to be, of course, custodian of the Yoruba race. If you're given that, it's a very big title. That is because that means you are entrusted with the integrity, territorial protection of territory and of the Yoruba race and even the region. And now you had nothing to say on insecurity that has crept, because we are talking of Ilorin and even these little kidnappings we have around the Kwara State,
Nasarawa State, Benue
and then
State,
all of a sudden,
State.
You just found your voice. Well, we don't know what he has in mind or what he has been through all the while. But we just
because I may not have been born then, but at least I watched some movies, giving us history of the Are Ona Kakanfo, his roles and everything. Well, and I really appreciated it because I love history. History was my best subject when I was in school.
Of course, it's obvious whenever you give report.
Yes, so I appreciated that movie. That at least it gave me another inkling of what really happened then, long time ago.
Of course, that was a very good insight. So Ari Onokakanfo, she just do the needful, and sometimes you need to speak up when we really need you to represent. I know when it comes to political matters. Let's look at this. Plateau killings. Tinubu insists killers must be identified.
Yes.
Orders 5,000 CCTV cameras for state. Moptwang thanks president for approval of 1,000 forest guards. Recent attack ploy to sabotage 2027 election. Former Governor Jang.
Jonah Jang.
In all of condemnations, act now. Sharia Council tells government and securities agencies.
That is what I approve.
Okay.
Yes, on my own opinion. Enough of condemnations. Act now.
Now.
Sharia Council tells government, security agencies, there should be proactive measures. That is what I always call for. Yes. CCTV, 5,000 CCTV cameras for a state. How many areas will 5,000 CCTV cameras cover, for God's sake? 5,000.
And let's just look at this childish move. Motwan thanks president for approval of 1,000 forest guards.
Forest guards.
I'm just wondering, does the president need to approve forest guard for the state?
The state is there.
Because it's just, what is wrong with these people?
I don't understand. Because does he have to seek approval?
Approval from the federal government for approval of 1,000 forest guards. So state cannot finance
if the state cannot be in collaboration with the police, the state government, the state governor is the although maybe it might be on paper, the chief security officer of the state, but at least there must be some collaboration.
Of course, with the police. And now the forest guards.
Forest guards is now.
That should just be at your beck and call. Okay, let's have forest guard. And now you're now thanking the president for the approval. Let's just see what we have in there. Say, amidst escalating tension over the killings of 28 persons by gunmen in Angwan Rokoba community in Jos North, local government area of Plateau State. On Sunday, President Bola Tinubu visited Jos, the state capital, on Thursday, where he insisted that the perpetrators must be identified and punished. President Tinubu, who commended men of the armed forces and other security agencies, then directed the security chiefs to hunt down the killers, as well as ordered 5,000 CCTV cameras to boost intelligence gathering, surveillance, and rapid response to security threats. He also promised to ensure comfort for the victims. And now, I just look at this move. Couldn't the governor made this? 5,000 CCTV camera to boost intelligence gathering, okay, commendable. And then the forest guard approved by the president. So if the president had not been there, there won't be forest guards. What is wrong with these people?
Was the forest there? You know, isolated.
Isolated.
In the past. They are now seeking approval for commending the president for approving 1,000.
And even we have said it over and over again. We're just tired of these rhetorics.
Yes.
And the president says killers must be identified.
Yes.
Killers must be identified.
The criminals must be apprehended.
Yeah, apprehended. We've heard that thousands of times. You need to tell us that they must be identified.
And their sponsors must be apprehended too. Their sponsors. And most of them are the sponsors of these people. Yes. Most of them are the sponsors.
Of course, there's no smoke without fire.
Yes.
They keep attacking. There must be sponsors. So let's fish them out and give them what they deserve. Of course, we have law and judiciary is still working.
Even in Ibadan, 5,000 CCTV cameras will not work.
You're talking of Ibadan.
Okay, let me say Ibadan.
Let's just put two local governments.
Let's say, within Basharon and Ujuni, 5,000 will not work. Not to talk of 5,000 cameras for a state,
a whole state. So let's even look at that. How many How many cameras per local government?
I don't know.
Wow. It's still Nigeria. Of course, it's conversation on Oluyole 98.5 FM, and sometimes, while it takes a cast iron stomach to go through the dailies, we amuse ourselves sometimes by just, because we smile when we listen, when we hear the common rhetorics and semantics of inefficiency. And we say we don't want to hear that again. We say figure them out. What should we figure out? They should be nipped in the bud. We don't want attack anymore.
Yes.
It doesn't speak well of a country where after the attack we're still trying to figure out. We don't want the killing. The killings have been senseless.
And the federal government will be commiserating, the state government will commiserating the families that members of the family that have been killed and all those, and that they will be saying that we are on top of the situation, and that we will deploy the IG, the chief of army staff, to deploy it to one state or that state and headquarters.
We're moving defense headquarters.
We don't want that anymore. Take action. Be proactive. That is what I'm always saying. Let there be proper intelligence gathering. And we'll blame our people too at some point. When they see something, they should say something, but people will not say anything. That is what we are acting on now.
Of course, why security, why we depend on government to actually protect us citizens, it's everybody's job. Security is everybody's business. And that is why, just like you always say, when you see something, say something.
Yes.
And we need to help the security agencies.
Yes.
Of course, these people coming out to perpetrate the dastardly there, they are not ghosts. And most of the time, it's not that they come down with parachutes.
Yes.
They migrate from one location to the other, and after they move. And of course, they must have been seen, they must have been sighted by some people.
Some people.
And some of the people, even there, they are members of a particular clan, a particular society, a particular family, a particular area. Of course, we can identify one or two. So why are people not talking?
People will not talk.
Why are people not talking?
They will believe that, well, if they talk, maybe some information might leak to the criminals.
To the criminals, and then they will reprisal attack on the family. And the truth is,
times, that is what they
are we going to even blame the people? When can we even trust our security agents?
Well,
and the agencies, can we trust them?
Sometimes there might be compromises.
Thank you. And they work in connivance with these people.
Yes.
Look at the case of ransom.
Yes.
When they tell you, okay, this is where to drop it, and you were even being led by a police officer.
Yes.
And how do we reconcile the truth? So we need to figure out, we just need to find a way to go about this. It's becoming a pandemic. We have insecurity in Nigeria. Should we now declare the whole state a state of emergency or Nigeria?
Yes. Well, let's just leave that. But another one here. Well, this is coming from I think Onitsha local government area, Ebonyi State, Ebonyi. Yes, gunmen Wednesday night assassinated the traditional ruler
again
in Ishinkwo community, Onitsha local government area of Ebonyi State, in what residents described as a brazen attack carried out in the monarch's private residence. Well, the punishment will land on Thursday that the victim, identified as His Royal Highness Eze Jehoshaphat Ikegu, was reportedly shot at close range after the assailants gained access to his palace under the cover of darkness. And a community source who requested anonymity due to the sensitivity of the incident, said the attackers fired through a window before forcing their way into the building, where they fatally shot the monarch in his bedroom in the presence of his wife. And residents said the incident caused panic in the area and expressed fears over the deteriorating security situation in the community. Now, what do you see to this situation?
Are we to blame banditry on this? Of course, we cannot.
We cannot, because this one looks like
it's organized and it's internal.
Yes, organized and internal. Maybe there had been some,
Of course, we have informants in-house.
Yes, and then maybe he had some business
dealings with some people.
Maybe he did
maybe some
things,
aggrieved individuals.
People, yes.
Exactly. We don't know what could have happened, but now that you are killing, assassinating a traditional ruler,
for that matter.
Okay, it goes beyond. Sometimes I don't know, what do people really think? Because if you go for there, it's like when you strike the shepherd, what happens to the sheep? They scatter. Now, if a king, of course, when we talk about palace, we know how palaces are built.
Yes, but this is a private residence.
It's a private residence. Even at that, for as long as it's a king, there will still be this element of visible security.
Yes.
Of course, it's not like your place where I can just knock on the door and say, is Mr. Bimbo around? Okay.
Yes.
Of course, there are
visible security.
Visible security
and
arms. Now, when we talk, we're not even going there today. Possibly we'll tackle that, because when you're a king, okay, maybe it's because it's the East, but even at that, in Yoruba land, when you're a king, we believe you are supposed to be immune to certain things.
It is not like that in some states, like Ondo State now. I think there are stories about 3 or 4 traditional rulers were abducted. Yes. Yes, were abducted.
Because are we really using the Ifa oracle to I don't want to use the word nomination, to appoint? Because our kings even appointed to appoint our kings. Because the moment you are let me use the word, the moment you are chosen by Ifa, they move to Igbale, and we know what they go through. Nothing should be able to penetrate you.
The Ifa now is government.
Okay, it's government
and money.
Okay.
Well, let's go to the phone lines now.
Okay, we'll move on to the phone lines.
070-5555-1985.
But before that, let's just take this commercial. It's still conversation on Oluyole 98.5 FM.
It's choco time. Dano Choco is here with a taste you love. Just open for and enjoy the chocolatey bite. Dano Choco 3-in-1. Ooh, taste it, love it. Dano Choco 3-in-1. Ooh, I love it.
Introducing the new Dano Choco 3-in-1. It's tasty, creamy, and satisfying. Taste it, love it.
Welcome back, and it's still conversation on Oluyole 98.5 FM. And here, the headlines speak, and it is time for you to react, and we need to talk back. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Please move away from your radio set.
Yes,
okay, yes, you are
Good morning,
welcome.
sir.
I wish you happy Good Friday today.
Yes, thank you very much.
I witness many years in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
Yes. Let me first of all thank the government for purchasing CCTV camera. It is something. It means they are doing something. Those 5,000 plus CCTV camera will go a long way in checking criminality. That is the first thing. So we want the government to continue like that. I think if they had started gradually like that, we will have checked the criminality in Nigeria. So they have started well now. Let them continue like that. But like you said, we want them to be proactive by, making sure that this criminality is overcome. In fact, these people, they don't, they make their business. And, we are going to observe Easter Monday at Galilee on Monday. So in the light of this, it should be for security, so that the life and property of citizens will be taken care of. So that is why I comment for now. Reverend Kano Babatunde, from Lalate.
Thank you, Reverend Kalubabati.
Yes, that is part of what is said now, that security agencies should beef up security around,
particularly this festive season.
Churches, markets, mosques, churches,
and even
mosques.
Yes, mosques, even malls, and all these
too,
event centers,
and hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Nwerem.
I'm listening, Nwerem. Now, on that TV camera you're talking about, you people ask one question. Can it be enough? Yes, it will be enough. Why? Because you know the important people in the state. They put it there. The senators, the House of Members, the important people. You know, for common man, the goal will die. They are not cryptos of Google throne. Now, important people, they put the cryptos of matter. That it don't matter. Now, the second one about ANEC and Co. ANEC, you don't talk about ANEC, PDP. They will stop PDP. The APC will withdraw it. Come to Falana. The king is talking his truth. Because what they say, they go to court. They court order. They want to say. And they say it like that. I keep on saying it. They are not going to the election. In 2027 they're talking about. Because the election is already prepared. What is announced? Because it's a matter.
No battery.
Thank you, Maureen.
Charge.
Thank you very much. Yes, the program is still Conversation on Oluyole FM 98.5 right here in the city of Ibadan. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Dr. Ilabugu calling from Lanlate.
Yes, doctor, you are welcome.
We are so fed up with this rhetoric all the time. Whenever they are killing, the president will be there or sending an emissary there. And they will continue to say the same thing. We will apprehend those who commit the offense. But talk of that of Kwara State, another one. We never hear where they apprehend the killers of many lives. I wonder, can we still continue, or are we still continue with this rhetoric all the time? The emissary will be there. They will tell the family, we will apprehend those who do the injustice. But at the end of the day, we never heard anything. Then soldiers will be sent there, military and police will be sent there without taking any action. And this insecurity is persisting for a so long time. I think the president has to gear up, and those of the at the heads of the affair, they need to gear up. Now on INEC, I think INEC will not put any disaster, will not contribute to the polling of this incoming election. Why do INEC need to pertain to the internal problem of a party? So they should lead them. I think with the staff and stiff opposition. So I think INEC should be.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your opinion there. Yes, the number is still 07055551985. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Sabi.
Good morning.
I'm a older brother. See, this ADC matters is very, very laughable. They are doing like one of these when they create a problem, either in the state or in the country they live, they will blame it on Yoruba and tribalistic. That's the way ADC is operating. You cannot maintain internal party crisis. You now, instead of finding a way, to find a solution, to find solution to it, you will now find somebody to transmit it to, either to the INEC or to Tinubu or to, in fact, they can even transmit their problem to NNPC, that they are the one that caused their problem. Which kind of people is that? That means they are clueless, completely clueless. And that's what they stand for. So these people are not, in fact, they are not fit to even operate to head a local government. That's the assessment I can give them. So they are just on the sideline. Let them enjoy their nonsense there. Then about security, the insecurity, prevailing everywhere. This thing, I say it over and over again, is the master plan of a sect that we all know, which are the Fulani troublesome people. Ages ago, they migrated to the upper north. In their master plan, it was there that they will use the minority of the north as they are willing to, and the conquered south. And that was what I'm quoting among them. And we will not allow them to have control over their future. We will not allow the south to rule us or to have control over their future. And that's what they're acting on. So the same method they use, Jonathan, killing everywhere, killings, of which they now say Jonathan cannot handle security. The same old trick they are using on Tinubu. How will it work? It can never work. I think it's just less than 3 years now that they have not been in the Aso Rock. They are very, very uncomfortable. What kind of nonsense is that?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, you remember the case of that school which was affected by a gas leak, I think yesterday, day before yesterday. Yes, pending investigations, the Ogun State government has shut down the school over the suspected gas leakage. They are still investigating where the gas leak came from. Maybe it was inside the school or outside. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
This is Akambi Adebayo.
Yes.
God bless you.
You are welcome.
From Iwo.
Yes, from
I want to appreciate you. You are doing wonderfully well. God will continue to support you.
Thank you very much. Amen.
You talk about EFCC, ICPC. Let me give my own personal view about this. Right from the outset, these bodies are raised not to sanitize or to instill discipline in the financial sectors, but they are set up as political dogs to which hunt the opposition. You know, I'm talking nonsense. Then let me ask you this question. How many of those people so far arrested have the EFCC, ICPC pursued their cases to a logical conclusion by sentencing them? Look at the same full grammar of the immediate past of Governor of Kogi State, Yaya Bello. With the humongous amount of money credited to him as fraud, where is he today? The Malami and Rufai cases are just political. They are just political. MFL is still languishing in custody today because of political vendetta. Nothing is working in Nigeria. Mention them. Our judicial system is zero. A judge will convict a criminal today or a politician today, another tomorrow, a judge tomorrow will free him. The education system is in Sambu. I mean, want to talk of security, which is a monumental failure. Oh God, help our country. God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.